With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get...
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure right. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the first carry here for their running back. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Holt. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
Going underneath to the tight end, Green. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The numbers for Green in last week's ball game. 9 catches, 125 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
But you look at this defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this...
And now a fumble. The ball's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And his numbers this year have been eye-popping in a lot of categories. In one area that stands out, he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback here in the latter part of the season.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Holt. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Willis. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
3rd and 4.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They'll look to throw again. In trouble, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the 1st quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And that is no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. And a huge play that time. 42 yards.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From a yard out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
Now the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Holt. Over the middle, complete. That's Willis. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The slot man in motion right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. And boy, before the drive even starts, here's a timeout. Wow.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They run the option on second down.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Back to throw now on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Looking to throw. Holt. And he's going to go down again.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
To the sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
Holding offense.
Here's 3rd and 7. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And they bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Throwing to start the drive. Holt, he finds his man, complete. That's Harper. And down right near the 25, able to break through that initial contact, got him some extra yardage. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Back to throw. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From the gun on 3rd down. Holt eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Looking to throw. Holt. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Back to throw. Holt. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jackson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Now a first carry here for the running back. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Green's got it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. As the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is now 24. A drive there of just 4 plays.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Operating from the gun, Holt. He finds his man, complete. That's Harper. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Holt. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
From the gun on third down, Holt.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Holt. Right side caught by Jackson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Holt. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
3rd and 9.
Looking to throw. Holt.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
27-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the San Antonio first.
They'll set up a throw. Going underneath to the tight end Green. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, San Antonio.
Back to throw here. Going underneath to the tight end Green.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Back to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Steps away. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 3rd down, Willis, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. Holt. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Willis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Operating from the gun. Holt. And it'll be intercepted. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Second and 5. He'll buy some time right. Oh, what a move. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. We are off to the fourth quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now the first carry here for the running back. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2.
At the 34-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Holt. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Holt. Able to find Willis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw caught there by Willis. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get, that first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by Jackson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Holt. Jackson's got it over the middle. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Willis. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Holt. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jackson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 2nd down and a yard. Looking to throw. Holt. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 88 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for San Antonio, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13 and 2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's a slip-up that could cost them as they drop now to 12 and 3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.